Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? Can you see me? And while you're at it, tell me how the voice sounds. Does it sound too sickly, or are we sounding not so bad that we can get away with doing a stream today? You tell me. Let's see. Grim Souls, Yoshi, Great Sage, PG, Punk Ghost, Samurai. Good to see all of you today. Hello, hello, hello. It's good to be back. I am feeling loads better now. Loads better. Even though I will say that we're still not out of the way, or out of the season of allergy that's still going on. But I will say that at least, if nothing else, I can breathe and sleep. That's nice. It's always a nice thing when you can do both of those things. I'm always a fan. So, it's been a while. How have you been? How have you all been doing? What have you been playing recently? Because I know that we have a little bit of a break here with Warframe. I know a lot. I don't know. Maybe some people will have a problem with these breaks. I love them personally because it gives me a chance to actually play other games and not feel like I have to play me some Warframe, every single day of every single month. Once human, nice. Work. But without work, we would never appreciate play, right? Oh, Marvel, okay. Oh, well, thank you, Great Sage. I appreciate that. I appreciate you stopping by here. Thank you.
Look at that.
Make sure, if you can, make sure to stop by later tonight. We have a video premiering at 8 o'clock.
Even as the neural sentry corrupts her best troops, she continues to send more.
And I will say, this is just more of a personal thing on tonight's video. Provided my
Stand by for life support.
editing program rendered everything correctly and everything came out. Being someone that's kind of a novice when it comes to the idea of video editing and making videos and the like, I would say that today's video is one of the best ones I've ever been able to kind of put out. As far as like the quality of the video, I was really happy with it whenever I
Tenno, if you have a necromac,
finally
this would be an excellent place to deploy it.
watched the final. So I hope you enjoyed as much as I do. It took an insanely ridiculous amount of time to make. And on those lines, that was one of the things I was going to I think I might do a video about this at some point, but it's something I'd love to talk about. Is I finally figured out after, I think this last video was the one that really cemented it for me. That I finally kind of understand why Warframe's lore is so hard for people to actually follow, myself included. And I think that Isleweaver was probably the greatest example of this particular concept in Warframe's narrative storytelling. Where's all the peeps at? Oh, they're over here. I'm Matthew. I'm used to them not really notifying things that of my stuff, if you will. They seem to be pretty good at not telling people about, about what I'm doing. So I do apologize, but I'm glad to see you here all the same. How do I get? How can I call myself a novice? Oh, easy. um, I mean, one of the main things is and I think it's probably one of my favorite things about YouTube in general, is that YouTube allows you to start a platform without knowing shit about shit. So like when I first started doing videos, I mean I didn't know anything about video editing. I just bought like a random program and I just started digging into it. Man, my first videos were ass. They were so bad. But through trial and error, they got a little bit better, a little bit better, and I wouldn't call them like good by any stretch of the imagination. Whenever you're looking at it from like a professional editing, that kind of situation, but what I would say is that for someone with absolutely no background or no training or anything, like I'm happy with how things have turned out. Hey, Nico, how are you? Yeah, I don't know. I'd like to make an argument for YouTube on the notification things because I feel like because so many people, there's so many good YouTube channels out there, right? That more and more people are starting to put notifications on more and more channels because there's just more and more good stuff that's worth setting your clock to, if you will, right? But with that, just like I think before with the whole, you didn't used to need notifications. Like you just were subscribed and you'd get that. But with the inundation of so many different new channels and whatnot, it's probably reverting back to the same type of thing where, YouTube only has the capability of notifying so many things at one time or so many people at one, in one sitting. So it's like channels like mine where I don't post every single day and stuff like that. I'm always going to fall through the cracks in that regard. But like, this last video, and this will tie into what I was going to talk about in regards to Warframe's lore being difficult. Had I went with my initial thing, like I had an original script that I had put out that was roughly, I'd say 40, maybe 35 to 40 minutes long regarding Isleweaver.
The longer you hold that, the deeper I can search. But
And I was happy with it, don't get me wrong.
is ready.
And as I was like editing the final portions of the video, I was kind of like going in and randomly just jumping into different missions to try. I don't need any of this shit. Whatever. Just to try to get some additional footage for different parts. I was like recording this, recording that, just runs in Isleweaver, and I started getting. Dialogue that I had.
New presence and it craves our life support.
I grinded Isleweaver. I mean, and I'm talking, I grinded Isleweaver for a while, weeks, recording footage and whatnot. And I was getting these dialogue lines that like I had never seen. And I don't know if DE added them in after the fact or if they had just been rare dialogue or just dialogue that I hadn't been luck of the draw, just didn't get it. But it changed aspects of what I wanted to present because it actually added to things and offered additional insights on things that I believed about the update that I wanted to include, but I couldn't definitively say it because I couldn't find the corresponding like information to present it in the video so that it, there was actually some legitimacy to it, like some real ironclad legitimacy, if you will. So what I came to realize is on something like with like Isleweaver, and I think with a lot of Warframe's lore, the difficulty is in the fact that, let's take something like Dark Souls, for instance, where you get the lore through through actual like, finding different NPCs and speaking to them, getting specific gear that you can go after if need be, and it's always in the same, basic spot, unless it's like random things that you get like off of certain enemies and whatnot. But the story is told in a very particular way through that guise. With Warframe, you play the same mission sometimes 20 times in a row, and you don't get all of the lore. Furthermore, on top of that, you may play those missions 20 times in a row and get kind of the order of the story out of place because of the way that it's presented in these like little, like 30-second snippets at different intervals during the quest, right? Great Sage. Would I be interested in doing a collab lore video with Stallard? Oh, yeah, certainly. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, hold on, let me change the font here so I can see a little bit more of what everybody's saying. Intrati knows the mother of the Drifter. That is interesting. I didn't see that. Oh, hey, Xenogalaxy Gaming. Thank you. I hope you like tonight's video. I like it. I hope everybody enjoys tonight's video because, like I said, it was a labor of love, but it was a super fun labor of love. Meliodas, hello. I'm sorry I missed you there. Noctbraller, hello. I wish we'd get more Corpus lore. I want to happen to Alad V. And oh, you know what? Here, guys, I apologize. This will be easier. Whoop. And I'm going to have to apologize up front to the people that don't really care for the YouTube award system or whatever the heck's going on there. I tried to turn it off. YouTube doesn't really they don't want me to do it. And I will say there are some people who do enjoy the little crowns and stuff. So you don't have to feel like you have to be, engaging in that if you don't want to. You can hang out here at this stream and just enjoy yourself, and you don't have to say a word if you don't want to, or you can engage with me. You can do you can have it however you like here, right? Okay, let's see. They changed that. Hey, they changed the defeat for new players. I got a friend to join Warframe. Went with him to Warframe 4. I can't say if they. So I played the Vor quest. It's a little bit different. I'll tell you the one thing they definitely brought into consideration is they're starting this new concept of the glory. Oh, look at that. Perfect shot right there. Fine. Chill Saturday stream. That's what it's all about. Like I said, you all can engage with me if you like. If you just want to sit back and use me as background noise, you can do that. It's all gravy. We're all gravy training, and we're on biscuit wheels right now too to add to it. So don't worry about a thing. Okay, let's see. It's a platform. So getting back to the Vor thing, there's definitely some new lines without question. I didn't get 100% of a what I would consider like a different vibe, but at the same time, with that in mind, as I just mentioned a second ago, like there's a really, really, really good chance that there are portions of that lore that I just have yet to, I didn't get, essentially, that I didn't hear. And to kind of go in depth a little bit on today's video and how frustrating it was, how I had to do the video for this time was like a lot different than normal. I went through and with every run that I actually completed, I would go through the run and then I would pull the run into my editing program and just cut out everything that wasn't dialogue, which is like 90% of the video wasn't dialogue. Can't tell you how much my hand was hurting after the end of all this crap. But so then all I had were these like 50, 60 snippets of Rusalka talking about different stuff. Let's see about Adis. Well, PG, I think, given that we're going into, like, we're utilizing the Lotus, I would say it's not out of the realm of possibilities that the memories that we are seeing have to do with something that maybe the Lotus had to deal with in her sentient form, like perhaps beforehand. It's tough to say where these memories are coming from. And so you think someday there's going to be another Tenno part of us? Lucky Fuel, what if I told you I think it already might exist? There's a line that I'm going to be... Okay, so check it out. For all of you intrepid people who decided to show up here today and join me in the stream pre-video, there's a line towards the end of this video that is going to... It changes a lot, man. It changes a lot of what we're kind of understanding about things. It's downright nefarious. And what's crazy is I haven't really heard many people discuss this. Now, maybe other lore people have and I just missed it or something, but did anybody get the line about... okay, there's two lines in particular. Did anybody get the first line where Rusalka says, hack off a finger, an arm, wait, what was the... something, a face, and see what grins back at you? Did anybody get that general... I can't remember the exact dialogue. Ah, someone's brought up the Eleanor thing, too. So, let me ask you something. In a world full of void copies and mimics, do you think it's more likely that Eleanor found an alternate version of herself that had power enough against the indifference to shut it out?
Don't worry, I'll take very good care of her.
Or do you think it might be something else? Okay.
Vor sought to present them with yours. We cannot let the worm have Varuna.
So one of the lines that I was telling you about that like I didn't get until I mean probably like a couple days ago that I had to add it into my whatever. If there's a line that Neci says, "Don't worry, kiddo." Oh wait, no, don't be jealous, kiddo. I'll still wear your face too. Did anybody get that line?
These manifestations must not be allowed a foothold on Lua. Life support is at risk. Destroy them.
Zerg, hello. We are back in full. Today is a full-fledged content day. You get a stream, you get streams, and you get videos today. It's kind of like my gift for being gone for a while. There's all so I don't know if anybody else also caught. Did anybody catch the whole line in Isleweaver where there's three of us? Where Akrathis talks about having two different versions of us out there? Not one. Well, I've missed you all too, just so you know. It's nice to be back. It's nice to be feeling confident enough in my voice that I'm not going to make everybody literally feel.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take
I don't want anybody to have a negative experience at my streams and me snorting and coughing and trying to consistently reach for the mute button and missing it occasionally. Nobody wants that. Oh yeah. I'm telling you, everybody, Owlweaver's way bigger than anybody thinks, lore-wise. Now, the problem with it is that you have to play the same mission over and 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 over. And then you have to play it again. And again and again and again and again and again. I came to realize in this video too that I don't play Warframe for the game anymore. I only play it for the story. Like I love the game. Don't get me wrong. I love playing it, but like I find myself, whereas other people play missions 1,000 times to grind for weapons, I don't really do that very often in Warframe. Now, grinding for the story? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'll go in and get all of Albrecht's notes and crap like that and find fragments on Jupiter and, you know, that stuff I'm all in on. That's true. I have tons of clamps. We definitely. That's the other thing too. The man on the wall has really put the whole theme of three into perspective everywhere. I mean, just think about just recently, within the last two little bits of update, if you will, that we've gotten, you have, in regards to the little teaser trailers for Tau, three different teasers released 3 days apart, right? Then, how about in Isleweaver, there are three corpses laying at three distinct areas with three notes on them. All three of them contorted in a very, very, well, not very similar. They're contorted in the exact same way. Maybe we give the void the finger. Well, I can tell you the void wants the finger. I'll give you that much. We'll just go home and play something else.
But outside the corrupted, they are draining your life support, and fast.
Are they?
Eliminate them quickly.
Oh, then I guess we get the hell out of here then. Okay, what was up with the music changing right there like that? Hey, look, this is that's the area where we got Umbra. Do 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 do.
Mission complete.
Let's see.
Excellent work.
Okay. Oh yeah, Meliodas. Yeah, the Devil's Triad, the Heretic of Zada. Wait, there's other things. I'm even wondering if there's some kind of connection with Eleanor and Wisp, like somehow, like descendants or something like that with the whole nun thing. It just seems kind of weird that old Eleanor would be, you know. And the other, man, dude, there's so much in Isleweaver. There's so much. The other thing that Isleweaver brings up is the whole void clone things. Hey, want to play? Hello, welcome to the Scholars. Let's see, Pixel Santa. Eternalism. In one timeline, the operator took the deal. In another timeline, the drifter did not. What if in one timeline, Wally lost his finger thanks to Albrecht? In another, yeah, everything's on the table. Kobe, I don't know. This third one it's Weaver was that's it. You just hit it right on the head. It was purely a lore update, purely because there's just so much in it that it's. I mean, she touches on so many things. She touches on the proto frames. She touches on eternalism. She touches on void clones, the Zeraman, the Tenno's old history, Margulis, the Finger, Araxia, all of Duviri, Scholar's Landing in particular. Crazy stuff. And that is something that people don't take into consideration is that everything that you apply to the operator, you may be able to apply to Albrecht and others. That's the other thing. All we know is how things are between the groups, let's say, or the people that have come out and definitively said, yes, I've made a deal. I have power. This is what I can do with it. Whatever. People like us. You have the Drifter, you have Albrecht you have Barokatir. They've all flexed exactly what they've been given, if you will. Vic from Reed, there very well could be a future where the Void Jump succeeded based upon what we're seeing in Tau, but it's speculative at this point. It really is. Like here, this is one of the things I also wanted to do while we sit here and chat sometimes, so you guys just don't have to watch me stand around. I figured we could do something to the effect of like. That way, I recorded some footage earlier. That way I can just sit here and talk with you all, and you can not have to just sit there and watch my whole my character. And I get to actually read the comments, so this is actually pretty cool. Please don't make fun of the gameplay. I when I'm on the Zeraman 10-0, I tend to like to wander. Because there's so much cool stuff on the walls and stuff, man. What do you want me to do? I can't stay with the rest of the mission because there's things to look at and stuff to check out. Yeah, it's not my fault. Grim Soul is feeling much better. Much, much better. Well, okay, so check it out. There's two pieces of dialogue in Isleweaver that contradict themselves. Mathila claims that there are two other variations of us out there, meaning that there would be three. Two others that look identical to us. Supposedly, one is good and one is bad. The one, yes, this is it right here, as you can see. Well, yeah, then there's that part with the Duviri. So you have that line. But there's also another line. Tell me if you caught this one in Isleweaver. Neci says, all those possibilities, pity only two of you made it out. Frank, hello, I feel much better. Thank you for asking. Thank you for asking. Oh, Yoshi, I don't know why. I apologize. You know what? Also, I think we're going to be introducing some new stuff for members here shortly too. I think you all have you've been with me for so long. You've earned it. That'll be for a different stream though, for a member stream. See, oh, there I am. Yep. See, I'm out there. I guess I could do this and give you a little bit of sound too. That way you don't have to. There. There. Okay. Could the third not also be the mirroring of the indifference? Yes, want to play it could be the mirroring of the indifference. That is true. The only thing that I wonder about that is, and it would make sense, it would be the drifter, right? It would be us. But the issue is that what I think is kind of interesting is that when she says there are two identical copies of us out there, right? We don't really look like the drifter anymore, the operator. So I don't know 100%. Again, this is one of those things where, you know how like Warframe loves to do it. They absolutely adore giving you just these littlest, tiniest pieces of you know, information, but not enough to ever be completely definitive. I've actually never collaborated with another Warframe YouTuber. That can be pretty cool. I never really thought to do it, but yeah. But if there's interest there, of course. Araxi was made by Albrecht, yes. Well, what I'm wondering is if Araxi isn't just late-stage proto-frame. Yes, there has to be a first time for everything. You know what I'm saying? How else can you learn? Yeah, I haven't yet. That's exactly right. Eternalism states I've already done it, so it's, you know? I'm watching myself play this, and I myself am even wondering what the hell I'm doing. We have the drifter, which didn't, and then the best of. We have the operator that was rescued. Where does the third come in? I don't know. Like I said, that line threw me for a loop. It really did. Because now I have to try to figure out exactly, like, what are the implications of said line? Is it real? Is it not real? Is it meant to throw us off, or is it meant to give us insight? Because again, there are contradicting lines within Isleweaver as well that kind of go against that whole thing. So I can't say for certain, but what I can absolutely say is that you know what else? That's something else that we're gonna have to put it into another video because I just couldn't find a good way to add it in here without expounding upon it. But I want to ask everybody here. Ready? Let's see who's all figured it out already. The fragmented ones that the bosses that are at the end of Isleweaver, right? They are responsible for holding the false Duviri in place and allowing it to eventually overtake. And by killing those beasts at the end, right? We essentially sever a tether that the indifferences Duviri had to Thrax's Duviri. And if I'm understanding this correctly, in the same way that 1999 has been able to rewrite aspects of the origin system, this is the method by which this occurs. This other false reality comes in, or alternate reality, binds itself to the current, I don't know if you want to call it like the prime timeline or whatever the thing that we're in, and makes change in real time. And we actually see aspects of this in Isleweaver. When you see, did you notice when you're in Isleweaver, the ground is like, it's like wavy? Like there's all kinds of like tracers everywhere around whenever you're walking. And this is specifically towards the beginning of an Isleweaver run when you are on Scholar's Landing. I'll explain why the Drifter is the Lotus's champion, too. It's actually going to be in the video tonight. I think I figured that one out as well. Moonlight Swordsman, I think the reason why is because there's a very specific reason we're in that spiral during Isleweaver. We're in joy. Well, what's really going to bake your noodle here is that I figured out that now there's a beast. There is a beast that tethers, right? 1999 to the origin system. Can anybody guess what the beast is that tethers, now at least, 1999 to the origin system? Ah, you guys are going to love this. Ben Gale, you are so close. Literally, so close. They actually, you can see it. There it is. Yep. You can they actually give you the proof of it. Let me ask you all a question. Somebody already said the answer here. I don't want to say it out yet, but the answer has been said. What did we do in the reprise? Like at the end of 1999, the first time, how were we able to go back in and retry that again? No. Who are all the proto frames tethered to? Want to play? You got it. We're the beast. We're the beast. That's what they call. That's what Thrax calls the things that you have to summon, the fragmented ones at the end of the Isleweaver run. He calls them the beast. You have to summon the beast, or you have to summon the beast and kill it to sever, right? Well, in order to sever 1999 from us, you got to kill the beast. And who was the tethering? What did we do? Like you see it in real time during the mission. Remember how when we pull that black whatever it is, that black energy from each one of the hex members, and we clean them, and then we have the tether to them at the end? Yep, the black goo. Oh, absolutely. Yes, the Drifter is now fully in. After everything the handshake is what brought everything together.
That's it. You opened the relic. Finish
It
your
looks like
mission
they
and take
were
over the
separated with a purpose, because what the Drifter went through in Duviri, it's It's training. Everything that happened in Duviri is something that they needed later. In the Duviri paradox, we learn how to commandeer a Warframe, use transference correctly, learn how to stop time and reset it through constant, through pain, through pain, through pain, through pain, through pain. Ben, Ben, Ben Gale, no. Isleweaver is not a cute quest. No. Isleweaver is the most disturbing quest in Warframe. And I'm talking, go ahead. Angels of Zariman, or just the Zariman itself, with how messed up that is. Whispers in the Walls with the man in the wall and everything that's creepy in there. Yeah, it's creepy. But what's revealed in Isleweaver is downright diabolical. So what? We became the void itself. We were always the void. The operator literally has the void in them. Something else that we learn definitively in Isleweaver. So the idea that, like, we've always kind of talked about the concept of, is the man in the wall a part of the operator, or did they just take them as a, like, on a clone, and they have like the operator's visage, but they have their own entity and stuff? It's both. They have their own entity. There's a void clone of the operator walking around, doing stuff, wearing our face, as Neci says, right? But also, the operator has the void entity inside of it in the same exact way that Neci has the void entity inside of her. And she actually acknowledges this. Pixel Santa, there you go. I mean, you get the idea of Neci and how she changed is given through the Along Came a Spider little thing that you get for collecting all of the fragments. You can see her eventual. She was a wanting little girl to begin with, but she was able to put forth her greater self in the beginning to become more in order to kind of help her mentally with the idea that she didn't have the things that she wanted in life. So she became stronger. But the void was always there. Want to play? Great. I'd love to. Yeah, we should maybe do something together. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. If come back to one of the streams or something, we'll talk about it at some point. I'd definitely be down for doing something like that. I think it'd be neat. But thank you for coming by. I want to play. I appreciate that. And thank you for joining. And enjoy your research. If it's going to be on Isleweaver, I don't envy you. It could get quite dark. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
You have collected enough reactant to open your relic.
Take care. So yeah, here. So I'm gonna flip back over, and we can do another run. Okay. You know me, I love doing this stuff. I would have rather went to the Zerman, but yeah, we can do this. The void is what links everything else. That's the other thing too, Aquilus. So that's one of the things that she also brings up that is important, and it's a largely overlooked thing, I think, by a lot of the community, is that like Duviri is made of the void. So anything that's made of void is under constant. The void can penetrate that at any time. Oh, so that's something else I kind of bring up in this video is I think the reason why when the Lotus said that the drifter is the only one who could go and not the operator. Check this out. I think I figured out why. The operator and the drifter's powers don't just manifest on their own. They have to come through an intermediary of some point. In the case of the drifter, it came whenever after like the hand of the Lotus came into play, and then tutelage by Teshin, right? What the fuck happened there? All right. And likewise, if you remember, the Tenno's gifts had to be brought out in a similar way whenever they were in the cave through Teshin and essentially were made to learn through pain, right? Through the different aspects of the painful memories and things of that nature. And my thought is on the matter. The reason why the drifter had to go back and not the operator is because the drifter is the only one who was, let's say, armed for what was necessary for what needed to happen in 1999. The operator doesn't know how to flip time, to remake it. The operator's never done that. So kind of like in the same thing. Do you remember in New War whenever Orta said, hey, this would be a lot easier if you just used your void stuff, And he's like, how did you forget it? And he's like, well, it's not that I forgot it. I just don't have it yet. Well, I think in the same breath, the operator doesn't have the ability to restart or change a time pattern like the drifter does. And thus, if the operator would have been sent back to 1999 in the same situation, what would they have done? Nothing. They would have been essentially useless. So the only one who was able to actually do what needed to be done in 1999 was the drifter themselves. But how did Lotus know it was necessary? I would guess through Entrati. I mean, again, that's me spitballing. That's not a definitive thing, but obviously, given the line of like that, that she knows about the void trying to find him, and you have to find him first, and this, that, and the other thing. She obviously knows at least an aspect of what's going on with Entrati and the quote unquote plan. So I'm guessing that that's probably how that would have come about. That's possible too, there, Andreas. Well, that absolutely could be. Um, and we do know that the indifference wants to take the operator. I guess I just don't understand the fulcrum or the method behind why going back to 1999 would allow that to be possible whenever, quite frankly, the indifference sees us all the time in the origin system. One, I would assume that if it was something that could happen, it could happen there too, right? No? Oh, look at this. Uh, Never too busy to not get a few lunar pitches here, just to make sure. You never know what you're going to need them before or later, especially if I'm trying to grind those. What is it, the Silver Grove or whatever? Well, that's possible too, Zerg. That's pretty good explanation as well. That is a pretty good explanation as well. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but like memory loss is a pretty common thing here now for both the drifter and um, the operator. That's another thing that Isleweaver has brought to light is that um, there is so much that the drifter forgot too. Alrighty. Ah. Mm. Let's see here. Yeah, they do have to go through the void to get to 1999, but I mean, they have to go through the void to get to Duviri too, right? See, I personally believe that what are we watching here? I don't know. I personally believe that I'm not going to give up the best part of the video. I almost did. I almost did. So, okay. Here, let me just ask. Maybe somebody else picked up on it. Because I actually said it in another stream. Like how do I put this without giving up too much? What I'll say is the indifference has decided in Isleweaver that it's going to pretty much do a lot of the stuff that we do, that we have already done. It makes mention of this numerous times. Um, Telling us that, you know, it wanted to kill parents because we killed parents. It wanted to. There's just so many things that it wants to do now, almost in spite. And you see that in the same thing with like the Orican. Like it's really pissed off. You can tell it's super pissed, which is bad for a god. You don't ever want to make a god pissed off. It's like rule number one. It's just a terrible idea. You don't want a god to feel. Did you ever see the movie Sphere? There's not a god in that thing, but there is a part where when the thing that they believe is Jerry, but it's actually Harry, feels happy at one point, and Dustin Hoffman's character says, "Yeah, that's pretty concerning." And it's like, what? It's like that feels good. You know that it feels it all. Well, that's kind of the point that I'm trying to make. That I think that there's more to the operator being taken than just it coming into contact with the indifference. Because, like I said, it's always in contact with the indifference. there's never a there's never a point when it's not. Yeah, and that could be it. It could be just as simple as the Lotus is the thing that's holding it back. That's definitely possible. But then, if that were the case, I would also have to ask then why. I will be streaming Rays until a little bit before 8 o'clock. Whenever the it'll probably I'll be probably streaming until 7 between. I'll be finishing up around between 7 and 8 o'clock because I have to do a few little things on the what do you call it? A couple of the sources for my video. I have to just put in. Make sure you got to give credit. You got to give credit out there, especially because in this one, I also had to, for all of you, get a crash course in learning about entropy. That was fun. Well, the question that you have to ask is, does Rizalka mean that we're not a herald anymore, or that we've just turned away from being a herald, and that's why she doesn't consider us looking like it anymore? Because that's I got that one too, and I wondered about that line as well. It is currently 6:05. I am in Eastern Standard Time, and it is 6 o'clock. The video tonight will premiere at 8, so in a little less than 2 hours. I don't know. That's something else that we're probably going to find out a little bit in Tau, because I think that's one of the main things that we're going to be figuring out is how much of what we know about our history is real. Oh, 3 o'clock. I'm sorry, PG. I'm so sorry. And it's good to see you, Rays. Yeah, it does seem. I will say that I think that's a good insight right there. Is that it does seem kind of like the Man in the Walls getting closer to its end game, and it's done playing around. Like how it's moving from that chaos god into more of an angry god. Like before, it was just kind of having fun. Now I'm not so sure that that's the case. Well, I appreciate you late shifters. I'll tell you. I hope the video is worth it. How about that? One of the things you're probably not. Well, you might. In one way, you're going to like it, but in other ways, you're not. If the video is starting for you at 3 o'clock in the morning, right? You're not going to be getting to bed until after 4, because, like I said, whereas the video started as a 35 to 40 minute. Oh, I'm coming there. PG coming. Started as a 35 to 40-minute video. It ended at an hour 9. And this one is there's no long. I didn't there's no long cinematics or anything else to even work off of with this one. This is mostly dialogue. A couple little things I had to put in there, like I like to do. I like to add in some of the dialogue from, the quests that are relevant to reinforce the points that I'm making. Well, if you like a long one, this is about as long as you're gonna get for a siege video. Oh, okay. Turley, hello. Good to see ya. Bien, hello. I'm sorry for having to take a little break there. But you would not have wanted to hear the old boy's voice. It didn't sound like Siege. It sounded like some sick guy pretending to be Siege, or maybe like some stuffed up dude pretending to be Siege. It just didn't sound like me. Well, see, that's one of the things I actually do bring up too in the video. We'll see. There's all kinds of little speculations that I brought up. I'll be curious to see what everybody actually thinks. Like I said, it was a thing. This was a project and a half, but it was well worth it because Isleweaver is just lore wise, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yes, thank you. I'm feeling better. I mean, I have allergy problems, so I'll never like be fully away from it. Um, I've had them since I was a young boy, so that's something that I'm never going to truly get away from. But in the same breath, as long as we can do it good enough that we can make the stream sound, somewhat presentable and that it doesn't hurt your ears, I think we're doing all right then, or as good as we can. Apparently, the Zariman is not the only place that I wander. What's my favorite Warframe? Oof. Well, my main is only and it's not even because I want it to be my main, but I always find my way back to Revenant. Like I'll play, like right now I'm playing Zaku, and I'm just adoring Zaku's gameplay right now. I really am. You have no clue how much easier Zaku makes making videos and stuff. The fact that I have 15 people shooting for me. But Revenant, I don't know. There's just something about Revenant for me that like, wow, the allergies are the worst. Pixel Santa, thank you for showing up. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, whatever. Okay, no relic. Yeah, that's cool. So I gotta ask. Tell me all. This is gonna be a little. This is off Warframe, but I gotta know who's playing Silk Song right now. Redoxley, you haven't looked into Isleweaver yet? Oh boy, you are gonna be in for a real treat. Oh, if you like lore, if you're just looking to play, Maybe you're not going to be in quite the same treat because it's just the same mission over and over again. But if you love the lore, oh yeah, I could do an Albrecht voice here. Oh, actually, what I'd really love to do, you know, it'd be awesome. This is kind of like my dream at this point, right? Because I have all kinds of little things. Yes, hello, good to see ya. Hey, I saw your message here. Sorry, I was actually in mission. Hello. Um, so I played Hollow Knight like 3 different times. No, 4 different times up until just recently. And I've never made it past the 5 hour mark because the game's too damn hard. Saren Prime is a clone of Margulis. No, not anymore. I used to think that, and I do think that Saren Ballas created Saren in the image of Margulis, but I don't think that they are one and the same. Ooh, the Devil's Triad. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. Okay, so first of all, everybody kind of picked up on the correlations between Rel and Araxia, right? Oh, okay. Oh, actually, I have a question for everybody here. This is important. Is what do you? Okay, let me put this into perspective. Who would you say, in your mind, are your favorite characters in Warframe right now? Well, maybe not Rel and Araxia, Harrow and Araxia. Rel, if so facto, and then okay, doesn't matter. Who are who would you consider to be the most interesting, most like the characters that you're really coming like if they show up in an update that brings you to the game? Tau Rancor? Yes. Yes. Lloyd or Fibonacci, okay. Wally Rizalco. Oh. Eternally, like you're all void at this point, huh? Yeah, Albrecht. Okay, Eleanor and Albrecht. Okay, okay. Ballas. Ah, Quillis. Some of my own tastes. I have a dread fascination for Ballas myself. Grandmother. There's another one. Okay. So, how would you take it if in the next update that character was killed and removed from the game permanently, say as a sacrifice? For people that picked like ones that aren't really in the game, that's not going to really work as well. Like Tuval and stuff. Now I know that they've already kind of killed Teshin, but they really didn't. He's kind of still sitting there. I'm saying like a true death in game, where, like, say in the situation, here's a good one. Like Frank gave us Orden Karras, but let's say your favorite character was Ordis, right? And in the new war, when the Lotus shot Ortis died outright, like did not come back. The voice actor was gone, did not show up in our missions anymore. How would that make you feel moving forward in the game? Would that, in your mind, dampen the story moving forward for you, or would you consider that just an intriguing part of the lore that, like, say that was a character that you really loved, but you understood, well, why they had to go? Damn it, I want Viso. I think Viso's gone. Doge, hello. Um, yeah, I think you can see that a lot of people, they wouldn't really deal with it too well. Some would. Some would understand the greater narrative and understand that, like, in many stories, for a story to continue on long lasting, characters are going to have to, come and go. That's just how it goes. Um, but I would agree. Like, it really depends on the person. If it were like an Eleanor or if it were Ortis, um, for me that would be a gut punch. It'd be a blow. I'm not saying that I couldn't move on without it, but yeah, it'd be tough. Like, for this video, again, I had a scenario where I wanted to show what happens when you break up with your character, right? But unfortunately, I can't do it. Yeah, I love you too. That's why I can't break up with you, even for a video. So, did you get that Hunhow thing I sent? Over, was this over Discord, the Hunhow thing? Well, I'll be honest with you guys. I think there's a real possibility that I think I think our operator may go at some point. Yeah, I did. I didn't get a chance to pull it up for the stream though. Let me do that. Oh yeah. Okay, check this out. I think you all like this. You know how we've been talking about? I don't think I'm gonna leave Eleanor. I'm just telling you guys. Like, I don't want to do it. So, you know how we've been talking about all the angels and the demons in this game, and you just have all this different stuff, right? Well, Austin was nice enough to check this out here. Da, 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 da. This is a pretty good one. This is a biblical angel. Well, most of us think of angels looking like, you know, uh, Reese Witherspoon, say from Little Nicky, or um, you know, John Travolta. But actually, they look more like this. There's all kinds of weird, crazy, like angels are not necessarily, in their seraphim, different classifications of angels, but they aren't necessarily what one would call normal. And it is interesting that we get into so many of these different things that with these like ties to angels and demons, and like you have in-game connotations. Like, I mean, I'm sure. What I don't know if you've heard or not. Did you catch the line in Isleweaver where Neci says, "Can you hear the angels singing?" The weakest enemy in the Kirby game. So let's see if we maybe can get it. Why not? Well, it just kind of goes into to show that like there's all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, here's another thing to consider. If we can get behind the idea of Hun Hao, at least in inspiration, has like some kind of like an angel like thing, right? What are we to make of Pazul, who is called in game a demonic ram, a demonic ram? Well, I mean, it's really hard. There's a couple different trailers that show Hun Hao fully. Oh, look what you did! Yay, Caliban! No. What we got here? Redeemer, Despair, the Latum. This will take that. And this. And, what? I didn't. Okay. That's my whole thing is that they literally call him in game like a demonic ram. And I think for anybody that understands the ram connotation in when we're talking about demons, yeah, I even got a little Corvex around me here. Has everybody got their stuffs? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm going out. That was my whole point. That demons are fallen angels. And at the end of the day, that's what we may be kind of getting ourselves into when we get to Tao. Because it's something I postulated is like, oh, here it is. Isn't that it's so good? Zerg, I think that's a very good way to describe it right there. You know what I love most though? You know, for so long, right? I've never seen that one. I need to. I've never seen that. Chat's blocking subtitles. Oh, I guess it would be, huh? Let's do this then. How's that better? Is that better? Sorry about that. I forgot that Nessie's only she comes up on the right side the whole time. I apologize. Sorry about that. Thank you for telling me though. Yeah, this song just kicks ass. I mean, I said something over Twitter that I stand behind. I know a lot of people don't agree with me, but I think Matthew Chalmers is putting out some of the best video game music that's out there. I'd pit this music against any other game, and I would even say, you know, some of this rock stuff matches stuff that I heard from Mick Gordon. Easy. Easy. Yep.
Better than anyone, don't you, kiddo?
So good.
Tear away a finger, hack off a hand, an arm, a face.
Us, you mean Control?
And see what grins back at you.
The shrines are symbols of my divine right to rule.
I'll be honest with you. From the little bit that I played of Control, I really enjoyed it. That's just me. But I'm going to end up most likely doing that for a future stream at some point whenever I get a little bit of time. So I've been kind of holding off. I talked to Austin about this earlier today, but so is Neci still alive? Yeah. Oh yeah. She's still alive in the same way that the operator's still alive. I'd take that collaboration there, Zerg. No, Meliodas, I don't think.
Sticks and stones, kiddo. Sticks and stones.
I've never heard that line.
I can
Now, I've heard that one a bunch of times. I've never heard sticks and stones, sticks and stones.
I can give the dead back their voice. All you have to do.
Oh, okay. I'll check that out.
The spider's helping her. Is keeping this Volstuveri tethered to my kingdom. Cut it down.
This song's crazy too. I'll listen to that one, Austin, after stream. That way I don't have to worry about it potentially showing up on while I'm playing here. There's just spiders running around everywhere.
Come on, my beautiful scuttle.
Hey, look, here's the deal with the Warframe.
Kingdom for me, and I will feed you as your old master never did.
You don't see those too often, huh? Or maybe you do, and we just haven't really been privy to them. Here's one of the questions.
Not
Zerg, yeah, certainly.
kiddo. Albrecht wanted her to help you.
Yeah, but then you turned her, so it kind of doesn't work anymore. Oh my goodness. I don't have anything that I can do this with. Boo! Well, that's the other thing that, oh man, I can't wait for you guys to see the video tonight.
All will be still when the flood has passed.
Hugh, no. No, I do not believe that. I think that I personally believe that the operators offer, again, this isn't substantiated in any way. The operators offer the Warframes additional power. I think so. Wally Demiurge, there you go. That's pretty much what the indifference is. The problem is though, you don't want a Demiurge to feel. That's bad. It's real bad. You don't want these things to have emotions. There's like a really easy way to look at it too. Like, because we take everything from the perspective of humanity. We see the plight of these different characters and Warframes, and we feel for them because they're like us, right? But
Kiddo, you are trying so hard.
that's what I do. But there's more to it than I think we're you know, actually being shown, and I think in the, let's say, coming, I don't really know how long this is gonna shift out. And the only reason why is because I've noticed that Warframe's kind of doing different things with their story. Like, they're not necessarily following any type of full-fledged, like,
Watching you dance.
timeline, if you will. Like, perfect example was just, you know, we're kind of doing the New War stuff, and we were really getting into the idea of the sentience, and then that was gone. And then, you know, we went into 1999, or we went to Whispers of the Walls first, and then we, you know, find our way into 1999, which was like kind of a real big departure, in my opinion. And then we ended up finding our way back into Duviri. So you never really know exactly where things are going, and because of that,
Desperately trying to
just get
hold
mad.
back the infinite.
Oh man, who here has actually read the description of temporal dust?
Don't get too excited. I'm just getting started.
Because the definition of temporal dust will show you exactly what the operators are up against, the operator and the drifter, and it's not good. This army here, it's endless.
She is vulnerable. Get to the heart of the corruption.
And every time we put it down, we haven't done anything. Well, I mean, that's predictability is one thing you definitely do not have in Warframe. I think we can all be completely on, you know, on the same page with that.
They're all real. All the bad old memories.
That's what she said.
Here's one now. How will I reassemble your pieces?
Yeah, I mean, you could absolutely make the claim that the operators are well, they're not lawful good. They're kind of like they're like middle agents. Only because they have so much blood on their hands, man. Like, that's the problem. You just don't wipe that much blood off. I don't care if you're a good kid or not. I would like a 60 eyes version of this fight.
And back into the realm of
Chaotic good.
story she goes.
Yeah, sort of. Chaotic, between chaotic good and neutral. It is amazing that Warframe has so many different game types in it. If that's what you were raised, if that's what you were referring to, I agree with you in that, like, it's pretty crazy. That, oh, here, let's see. All right, check this out. For those who haven't seen, The dust of decayed universes, rich in entropy. Entradi's research postulates it as the animating agent of the nightmarish murmur. So, what's happening here? Universes that the indifference has already collapsed under the idea of entropy. It has taken the dust of and can sit there and make new enemies at will. And then I'm sure you've noticed that when you destroy the murmur, they fall into dust again, right? Well, that dust can just be repurposed. Are we chaotic indifferent? Maybe that's... Yeah, universes, meaning not just one. Decline that. But I'm going to invite that. Who wanted to play? I don't know. The ATIS thing is still, man, there's just so much. There's just not enough. There's not enough there to make a really solid okay, let me do one run here, and then we'll do another run, and we'll get in anybody else that I didn't get in yet. How's that sound? If I play, I can't theorize. That's my problem, too. Zerg, I'll get you in on the next one, I promise. That I did. It is a floating pizza. That you get, yeah, Steel Path. That's exactly what that is, Close. If you finish all Steel Path in 1999 or Halvania or whatever. So here's how it's going to be. We're going to do, whoa. Hold on. Wait. Who's that Austin, let me see your operator. If you wouldn't mind. It is who, right? Yeah. Is it? I can't tell. That's a nice looking operator. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like what you did with that ephemera. That's a good idea. Your eyes look creepy. I love it. Cool. Yeah. Wait, did somebody drop out? All right, like I said, we'll do one more run here, or we'll do this run. We'll do another run after that, and we'll get everybody in. I would use the... yeah, let me use the Grimoire. Sure. You got that prime axis already? Is it looking real good? Yeah, I'm going to have to figure out a way to conjure up a couple dollars of my own, potentially, You know what I don't have? I don't have any of the heirloom skins. I need to get myself at least one of them. I hope I didn't start it too early for anybody. All right, Frank. Well, thank you for joining.
Garden where cruel children played. Nobody ever had to grow up. And then, one day, a magical stranger came to teach them a new and fabulous game.
She's taunting me.
Who'd we lose? Aw. No.
Go down there and stop them.
It looks like we lost all of our peeps. You don't have the booties? I don't have the booties. Yeah, I need to save pennies. I do. I need to start saving some of my pennies up. You guys, you don't even know that this is gonna be. We're coming up on some lean times. So, with Windows ending, what do you call it? Windows 10 support. This is a great line.
Nor dreamers, nor prophets has an imagination to compare with that of a terrified child.
And that's why we were picked.
The king isn't a real boy.
He's just a doll.
Just a doll. Shall I pull his arms and legs off for you?
Her underbelly is weak, exposed to the undercroft.
I don't know, 4 Warframes deep. Got big problems against 4 Warframes, I'm just saying. I know, like I gotta you don't even know how much problems this is gonna cause me.
Is this where all your secrets are buried? Well,
So
you
the software program that I use is one that
brought it out.
it's like an actual full version. It's not one that you have to like subscribe to, and I've always really appreciated that. In the newest version, is one that is subscription only basis for it, Power Director. And I've been kind of relying on my older rig where it's at and just upgrading the rig overall, like with more memory, more just like I said, upgrading it every little way that I could so that I could continue to use that rig
Why are you fighting?
because everything was on there. But unfortunately,
For prison.
it isn't going to be supported by for Windows 11. So that means I'm going to have to get something different, especially when it comes to the program and everything. I'm going to have to go to the newer version, which I'll probably be able to do a lot cooler videos because it'll have a bunch of new features and everything, but it's just going to cost me an arm and a leg. And that sucks, but part of the game. I don't like Windows 11 either. I really hate it. But whatever. I had the same problem with Windows 7. I loved Windows 7. Moving to anything else just like hurt my school. But
I have all the time
Power
in the
Director.
universe. You know that better than anyone.
I should probably get Linux. Maybe something I have to eventually start to learn how to get into. Because they're just going to keep doing this stuff. Yeah, but I'm worried about the only thing that I'm worried about is updates and if there's any kind of security measures or anything that I'm going to miss out. What I should do, I'll just probably end up just keeping my old rig and use it when I can, and then
We need every
for the videos and for the stuff that I need to for newer stuff, I'll
whatever
I'll
it
just
is.
have them both. Oh man, I want to shoot with a brook. Nice and easy. Yeah, 8 was terrible. Oh my god. I'd say it was, Windows 7 was so good. XP. Wow, I can't even remember.
This edifice of guilt.
Remember all that?
He knew what he did. What he took.
You have to burn her influence out at the very roots. If that means sending you into the undergrowth,
You understand what he's saying right here, right? Dominus. You have to burn her out at the very roots in order to get rid of the tether for Duviri. And like I said, I would have to assume that in order for us to get rid of Hulvania, you're going to have to burn us out at the roots.
Ah, the Crucibles. One of Albrecht's many sins. Try and finish his work. See what happens to you.
Well, that was easy to pick up. Yep. Oh, yeah. Well, see, I have a theory about the whole finger thing. Because it can't be the actual finger, you know? Because it's right there. And she's right there. And Araxia is right there. So if she's on the side of Araxia, and it being right there, to me says that that can't be the finger in maybe a usable form. But I think the idea is once Duviri gets changed into her version, right? That's when the finger will become usable for the man on the wall. Well, do you understand why Wally hates the alchemization? My favorite part of this song. This little arpeggiated. Oh, that's nice. So, she's not the statue.
You are really
Think of her
bother me.
in the same kind of way that you're thinking of Thrax when he's talking to you. She's most likely on the throne, is where she's at. And we actually see that in the trailer. In the same place that Thrax resides. There it is. What she doesn't like about Albrecht and the Crucibles she says it a bunch of times. It's unnatural. It's not right. Albrecht is changing the fabric and the very concept of the universe in different ways. That is no good. That's not supposed to be the way things are. Oh, you want to see something really cool that I noticed in the video? Or that it's going to be in the video that I never noticed until just recently? Check this out. Can you see how it's supposed to be Albrecht with the two things here, like kind of like the man on the wall, Albrecht, and see how the hand is reaching out? In Cap Gamer, it's tough to say yet. I can't say what it is. I don't know if it's like a polluted history or if it's like just some kind of alternate timeline or if it is like a past that we weren't supposed to know about. Given the way that we get there through like jacking in through the Matrix or through the Lotus's Matrix dreads, for lack of a better term. It's tough to say. Right? You want to know what's even creepier? There is a statue in the Undercroft. Let's see, is it here? I don't think so. Hold on, I think everybody has this mission thoroughly taken care of. Let me look around and see if I can find. I don't think this is the right tile set for it. But let me look around.
Enough of this
No, she wants me to leave.
Get out.
Did anybody catch the Thrax statue that's in the Undercroft that has pieces of Albrecht pasted to it to kind of show the Vitruvian man? There it is. Did you hear the angels singing?
I was dying all along. Did you know that? Dying from the poison I sucked down to kill the tech rot in my lungs. Until it held out my own severed hand to me and offered me life.
And now we know about her deal.
The scholar's pet. I heard the usurper imitating his voice. The spider is her servant now.
See, it's tough to say what that is. Because, like I said, it's an odd thing. The idea that she gets the memory by needing to go through the Lotus is just weird. But we'll see. I'm excited. I can tell you that much.
Albrecht left nothing but dust and darkling spiders in his wake.
JBN,
Isn't it time for a new story?
read the Along Came a Spider. It'll be in the video here in an hour, but if you want to know how Neci went the way she did, they explain it really, really thoroughly.
Not
Oh, Zerg, absolutely. But she wouldn't know that.
Her to help you.
Because that's how the indifference works. It screws you over and then it helps you out, making you think that it's on its side. That's what it does. Or it makes you think that it's on your side, I guess I should say. But that's not true. It's on its side. And that's the thing that you have to take into consideration. The indifference is never on the operator's side. It's on its side. And on top of that, on the other end of the coin, it's the same thing to understand about Albrecht. Albrecht is not on the side of the operator. I would argue in this particular update, we are being shown that not only is it not on the side of the operator, we might get the Margulis Eyes line on this one. Neither is Albrecht. Albrecht is not on the operator's side. Albrecht is on his own side. The old piece implies that there is a new war. It's true. That's exactly what it is. It's a manipulator. It is a full-on manipulator. There's the finger.
Her grip weakens at last. Call forth the beast that binds her to Duviri.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was the real finger, like, they would just grab it. It's right there.
They're all real. All the bad old memories.
That's what it is. We're a tool. She even has uses for deal breakers. Consider that. So even when the operator thinks that they're against the indifference, they're not.
My herald looks like you. Once.
There it is.
She's tightening her grasp.
I love this thing appearing too. It just ties these little subtle things that they did in Isleweaver. Tie so many stories, other stories in game.
I declare this chapter closed.
So, when I believe when they're saying this, when they're talking about that, they're essentially saying, Neci is saying that in the beginning, when I first gave you power, right? You were my herald, and you did what I said, which is in line with all the things that she said in regards to, do you remember the Zariman, when you allowed yourself to take the restraints off, think what we could do here together at one point. We were a willing herald. Pure and simple. Okay. So who do we got? Zerg 1 I don't know what happened to No, don't give any of the spoilers right now. We'll do it in the next stream there, Austin, only because of what's coming very soon. Who else wants to join in? I got one spot. Done. Oh, I know where you want to go. Hester, hello. Crown Putu. When Rizalka says Albrecht left nothing but dust and darkling spiders in his wake, does she mean kind of literally temporal dust? Yeah. Yep. See, that's one of the other things I kind of am starting to wonder about is consider something. Ready? We know that conceptual embodiment is a thing. So when you go into the void, you can, by use of emotions, you can create. Imagine if you got good at it. Imagine if you could control your emotionality to create, but only just, and then pull it back. For someone like Albrecht, they could literally make whatever they saw fit. Oh my. Whoa, boy. Wow-wee. Wow. Wowee. Oh, wow. That's looking pretty good right there. You might have to fork out the money for that. Kaya? Yeah. Let's bring her in. She's talked about coming here. Are we sure that they're fake? Well, there's a Fatal. Oh, why can't I see this photo, Austin? Oh wow, you're giving me the good stuff here. Yeah, but I don't want to. I love the. I don't want to show that because I don't. Is DE cool with that?
There was a beautiful garden where cruel children played. Nobody ever had to grow up. And then, one day, a magical stranger came to teach them a new
I think
and
I really do
fabulous
feel like a lot of you who are in the chat right now, you are absolutely gonna adore tonight's video. I really do think so. Because like, I see people understand. Some people,
Some
I'm purposely not.
With the king's head bouncing down the throne room steps.
I've never had that line.
The king isn't a real boy. He's just a doll. Shall I
But
pull his
a lot of
arm
people have
and
been making comments here about stuff that I'm going to be directly going over
If that means sending you into the undercroft,
in the video. So I think many of you are going to be very happy. Yes, Corey Fair, tonight at 8 o'clock, brand new video.
nothingness? You
Choke on it. We are 45 minutes away. That is messed up, Kaya. Tell him. I've never caught that line with the head rolling. Some stories have the king's head rolling down the throne steps or whatever. Again, that was my point. Just in a little bit that we've played, just in the tiny bit that we've played tonight, there are, what, 3 or 4 lines that I have never gotten. And I was playing Isleweaver religiously. Yep, got the flood line in there. That one, and then the stillness line. Did you catch that one too? What the void longs for. Well, that's another thing that I bring up in the video. How do you define what's real in Warframe? That maybe these are some of the lines then, because like I said, there are so just in the last couple weeks I've picked up on probably at least 10 or 15. And again, I can't definitively say that they're new. I just know that I've personally never had them before. So they maybe the ones that that I didn't have, maybe they are. In fact, like brandy news, or maybe some of them, like I said, I just was never privy to getting. Yeah. What incident in particular is she referring to?
Target down.
Like having a dream and bring back memories in your real life makes them too. Yeah. Makes them real. I don't think that we did that. I think that the void entity is older than we know. And something else to consider is, and I think a lot of us have already kind of postulated this, but it is something I think that's been maybe added to, is that we're probably not in the original Warframe timeline. There's just too many people who have access to eternalism.
Contact.
Or if nothing else, understand the method behind it. Too many prominent people to reasonably believe that the reality that we exist in right now is the first and was like untainted. And with that in mind, it makes you wonder, were other variations of the origin system scrapped and remade?
You have no life.
And I mean, everybody's. I mean, we've all seen where Warframe's headed, at least with a lot of the story's inspiration over the last couple quests. There's just too many distinct, like alliteration or even like direct
You are winning.
call-outs to the Matrix movie. I mean, and I think maybe the worst of which being Tao and the fact that the operator is jacking into the operator's mind with her lotus threads.
She is. Two identical souls raised in such different environments. Haven't you figured it out yet?
Well, I think I have.
Fascinating.
The shrines are symbols of my divine right to rule.
Yeah.
Dare that thing pollute them?
I think she's questioning your divinity here then, if that's the case, buddy. That's right. Dark Sector could actually be a part of Warframe. Absolutely. That is a pretty damn important quote right there. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know. Is it my connection or something going on here? It seems like everybody keeps getting kicked from the runs. You know what? I don't like it.
Tear away a finger. Hack off a hand. An arm. A face. Keep on taking and see what grins back at you.
That's an important line.
I permit it. For now.
Maybe. Are we just reliving past stories? I'm not really sure that we're necessarily reliving past stories. Rather, that what we might be doing is reliving a new story, but in a universe that's a lot older. Oh, I know where you're going. Oh, crap.
How you work.
My fault. It spawned right on my face. That's my bad. Being said, I'm going to use this opportunity. No, I'm not.
Welcome back to the party.
Kiddo.
We'll go up right after this. I know where you're headed.
Well, well.
You want to go pledge allegiance to the Queen of Duviri, don't you?
My forces will sort it out.
Oh. That's a pretty good, damn good looking operator too, I gotta say.
Sure, kiddo. Fight back.
This is an important
We
line.
can do this spiral after spiral after spiral.
I mean, she's getting pissed that we're not joining her, but she's also providing tons of information to pretty much tell us that even if we do destroy, like, the tethers, she'll just keep coming back in. This is a never-ending thing.
Valiant, honorable, and an utter waste of energy. possibilities. And yet the story only ends one way.
You're coming back, right?
You want to deny me a place?
Okay.
Even here, in the remains of your childhood? Not very nice of you, kiddo.
The spider's helping her is keeping this Volstuviri tethered to my kingdom. Cut it down.
Wish I had one of my flying frames. So much easier. Oh, there's tons of references to the never-ending story in Duviri. All right, I gotta figure out a way to get up here. Oh wait, what? No, that's not me. I didn't do that. No.
We got douchebags.
We got douchebags, she says. We gotta make sure we don't go into the. I know what we want to go to. I couldn't get up there quick enough. Ah!
Albrecht left nothing but dust and darkling spiders in his wake. Isn't it time?
Wait, you can use the horse in here? I don't think I've ever used that before.
On, people! Kaya needs a medic. And now we process what we did wrong.
Wait, you can use the horse?
Iteration, baby.
I don't think I've ever used that. I didn't know. Well, when I want to do another video yet on Neci in her current form.
Was crazy.
How do you use the horse?
Do Mathila next.
Oh, it's in a gear. See, I totally forgot. I just never use it anymore. I didn't even know. I've used it in the past. Yeah, I'm getting old. What can I say? All right, I'm going. I'm going up right now. Whatever. Great.
I'm
Holy shit.
technically not supposed to drive. Ha, screw it.
Okay, where is this waypoint that you want me to see? Yeah, I don't know why, but the waypoints here they get a little weird. Let's see if I think I know where you're going. Yeah, I figured this is where you were headed. Did you kneel to the queen? There you go. Did you all know about this? If I was a drifter, I might be. Right? This is her place now. Oh, this is like a revelation.
All right,
You know how much
fair
I was flying around Isleweaver and totally forgot that you could use this thing? Whoa. Ah, come on, you stupid thing. There's old dead Lloyd. Poor guy. So this is what I was saying before. Two things. See how the area is all like floaty? I think the reason why that is because this area is in flux right now. It's like there's multiple possibilities of what Duviri could be. And thus, the area isn't tied down to a single, what I would call like a single reality. And thus, we see this like crazy movement. Also, we're in the joy spiral. So yeah, there's a bunch of little things going on here. Oh, did you see that face? That is a creepy face. Can you see that? Hold on, let me get this out of the way. Can you see Albrecht's nose? It's like, this is like his face from the underneath. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's funny how Neci wouldn't have been taken over if the indifference of the Scoundrel had a better health plan and she could treat her lung cancer. Medicine sucks, you know? All right, all. Let's go down here and let's take this prehistoric bitch out. Oh. Don't mind if I do. I want Lullaby the Manifold in the Orbiter. We're gonna need that one.
Too late, kiddo. This is how the story goes now.
Yeah, for such a small update as far as, like the amount of things to do, it's jam-packed with all kinds of little references and visual Easter eggs towards things, and
Harold looks like you.
he's really interested in telling us about that, huh?
Works for me.
Lot of witchcraft. Yeah, they got everything in the Warframe universe, man. Albrecht spared no expense. If he thought in any way, shape, or form that it could help, he did not care what the dangers were or anything else like that. Albrecht would literally try anything if he thought it could help his plan. And the indifference is really no different.
I declare
Yeah,
this chapter
incredible
closed.
environmental storytelling. Incredible environmental storytelling. It's what one of the things Warframe does best, to be honest. Oh yeah. Parvos versus Big AI. That's another person, Parvos. In my opinion, another potential indifference graduate of indifference. You. It's just the way it is. The operators are starting to realize that you don't know who to trust, and it's something that we should be taking into consideration with all the updates moving forward. I do want to see Orden Karras come back, or Ordis with like the mentality or the combative mentality of Ordis. The indifference and no different. 2 or 3 different interactions so far. This is just one. Laugh is a 4-stellar drop. Oh, really? I didn't know that there were different. I see. I didn't realize that. These are the things that you pick up. I didn't realize that there were different. If you kneel to where there were different ones, that's crazy. But it's little stuff like that. That's what Warframe does. You know. We might strands of Craw might look like whatever the indifference wants it to look like. That is possible. We could potentially see Orden, or at least a variation of Orden Karras. Maybe. That would be nice. I would like that. I would like that a lot. But everybody, as I have made mention of quite a few times, we have a video coming up in about 20 or so minutes. So I'm going to stop the stream here because I got to get prepared for the video. I hope that you will join me. Premiering at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, so like I said, about 25 minutes from now. I very much appreciate you joining me for stream today. I know that I've taken a little bit of time off. I do apologize for that, but I do hope you enjoyed what I presented, as well as quite a few people in chat here presented to you today. We only have more to come, really, if you think about it. Well, I think Yonta's lines are relevant. They're just not locationally relevant yet. How's that? So, raid yourself from here. I could not. It'd be like me and the indifference version of me, right? I have you up on right now, Austin. Yeah, I don't want to put those spoilers out yet because I know that you have. Oh yeah. Hold on. I saw that. You can also do like, didn't they do the the whole like you can get these, I can't remember what they call them. It was the thing that like you can get like these trains or something where people start keeping the hype train going or whatever. I don't know. I mean, it's a tough scenario because like I don't want people to feel like that they absolutely have to do all this stuff and like I want you to enjoy the videos. If you wanna contribute or if you want to join the Discord or if you want to join the member thing, like great. Like I'd love to have you. I'd love to have you. I just don't want anybody to ever feel like you know the only people that really matter are the people that are given cash here because that's not what I'm trying to do. You know, I want people to enjoy the stuff. Yeah, and for reference, or just to let you guys know, like I might be working a little bit with a studio called Chogan Studios, so it's something to keep in mind, especially for this channel. But if you see it out in the wild, keep your eye on it. Some interesting things going on here. Could be some little aspects that you see pop up. Well, you know, Zerg, like I said, I remembered YouTube whenever it was just entertainment, not just a constant scream for support. I liked it better that way. Chogan Studios. Well, Vikram, actually, it's interesting that you would say this because 1999 changed that for everybody. Very few operators and drifters have the same story now, based upon the KIM. We need the chair. Side quest, you did miss the stream. However, you didn't miss the brand new video, premiering in 20 minutes. He shows up periodically here. So, with that being said, I hope that you all will join me in a couple minutes to see the brand new video release, and I hope you enjoy it. But, at any rate, we're going to be ending the stream right now so I can get the last things of the video completed, finished up. Like I said, join me there. If I don't see you or don't get a chance to talk to you, I hope you have a wonderful day today, wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk you into the next one. So, take care, everybody. Hope to see you soon. Bye.